do you think Zelda 99 would work?
Similarly to Mario 35, where it's sort of like dungeons. You know, you complete dungeons. When a dungeon's completed, then you've got to move on to the next one. You send enemies in that way. All the puzzles and stuff would still be solvable, you know, as they are in the original NES game. Like, if you've got to beat 3 Dark Nuts or whatever, those are all the ones you've got to beat. But, you know, there'd be chaos and hectic stuff. I feel like it could work.
Yeah, this is something I never ever see happening, but I've even talked about how I thought Breath of the Wild would actually work well as like a battle royale type thing. Just have everyone glide in on a map, find whatever weapons and armor they can, and all the links just have to duke it out.
That isn't a bad idea, but I actually think, you know, hearing that out loud, I could see Ubisoft doing that. Like with their, Phoenix Rising, Greek mythology game. They'd probably be the kind of company to attempt that. Breath of the Wild meets Fortnite.
Yeah, which that's a big reason why I would never see it happening too, is I think there would be a big backlash against it. Unfortunately, a lot of battle royales get a bad rep nowadays.
Well, it's not only that, it's also just, you know, I don't think the battle royale concept is inherently flawed. It's just there's so little you can do with it. And it feels like the kind of thing that, like, you know, Fortnite came in, did it, became the most popular. I don't know whether or not PUBG is still around or going strong. It's just the idea of everybody coming in, gathering resources, and killing each other till there's one left. It's not distinct. Like, you know, with Breath of the Wild controls, that'd probably be fun. But it's like, you know, how beloved is that going to be in, like, 10 years' time, you know?
Yeah, no, I wholeheartedly agree. So my next one is, I don't know if this one's so much a prediction as much of a hope, but a new Donkey Kong Country returns, where I think we're due for one.
I would agree. I don't think we're going to get it next year, because Retro is working on Metroid Prime 4. And, you know, Monster Games could maybe pick up the slack if they were making one beforehand, but I'm not entirely sure if they were. I feel like we will get Donkey Kong Country sooner rather than later. I just don't know if it's going to be next year.
Yeah, but I'll say if we get Donkey Kong 64 on the Virtual Console, that'll be enough for me.
That'd be neat. If we get any 64 games on the Virtual Console, that'd be neat.
Oh, yeah. I do worry they're only going to do, like, the small, little, popular handful, but I hope we get more. Mm-hmm. I'll be shocked if Star Fox 64 isn't on there, I'll say that.
Okay. Another prediction I've got. I said, at the very most, we will get one General Nintendo Direct. And, you know, that one that we might get would probably be in April to compensate for the March 31st thing.
Whoa, one Nintendo Direct? Don't be too optimistic.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's why
we'll
I say
16
at
mini
most.
Directs that show nothing.
Yeah. That's very likely.
Would you count, like, an E3 presentation as a Nintendo Direct, or would that be a separate thing?
If E3 comes back, then no, I would not count that as a Direct. But I don't even know if I don't know if that counts as one of my predictions. But I don't think E3 is coming back.
Yeah, I'm kind of just waiting it out to see what they do. I personally, I've heard a lot of it, like, kind of mellowing out and coming down. But I've always loved E3. I've always looked forward to it so much. So I'll be sad if it goes.
Yeah, same. I like the buzz, the unexpected. I don't know if you can hear it raining on top of me now, but but yeah, I would be sad to see E3 go, but I don't know whether or not it's going to return. At least not in the same capacity for years to continue.
I mean, I would be fine if, at least for now, they just went to, like, an all-digital format. I mean, that's basically what Nintendo's doing right now anyway.
Oh, yeah. No, that'd probably be the most ideal thing to do, actually.
Though I will admit, I always love seeing Nintendo's little, like, dioramas and, like, rooms that they set up for E3. Like, when they had the, like, made the little city for Mario Odyssey.
Yeah, but now that they've got the Universal theme parks, then there's less of a need for that.
I'm so upset I didn't do a reaction video to the Nintendo World, because I was screaming the entire time. I told my fiance she's gonna have to drag me out of there after closing time. And I saw they had that little, like, puppet Mario toy, and I'm gonna be searching all over the internet for that. I'm I can't wait the couple years it's gonna take me to get there. It's like I have to buy that toy now before it's gone.
Did you see the Toad mascot for that park? It wasn't
like the Chef Toad.
No, it wasn't in the direct. There's like a costumed character, Toad, who like takes pictures with people and stuff. And he's so like condensed. He's like chunky. He's adorable.
I'm gonna have to look him up. The thing that worries me most about going to that park is I need to do some research and see how much I can dress like Mario and get away with before they tell me I'm not allowed in the park. I mean, I found Mario mascot costumes on eBay. I'm not going to go that far. But if I go in full-on Mario gear, I need to know if I'll actually be allowed in or they'll be worried I'll be viewed as the entertainment and kicked out.
Dress as Gino. No one will know who you are.
Oh my gosh. I'd be so happy if I at least got one person to recognize me. That'd be my dream. Which, speaking of Gino, I'll get into Smash Bros. Obviously, we're going to get the last... hopefully at least get the last 3 fighters by the end of the year. Mm-hmm. My question is, do you think there's going to be any more first-party characters?
I'm going to say there's like a 33 and a third % chance. Like, you know, because we've got 3 characters left, and, you know, since we started with Min Min, then went Minecraft, then Sephiroth, I feel like maybe the idea is to peak in the middle, then slowly fizzle out, but either way, I don't know if we're getting another first-party Nintendo character. I know a lot of people have been saying a Pokemon is a no-brainer, or a Zelda character is a no-brainer, but, like, I feel like that'd, to me, be more disappointing than... Okay, not that far. Not more disappointing than a Fire Emblem character, but equally as disappointing, if that makes sense.
My biggest fear is that they release the Pokemon character as the last... They pull another Byleth and release the Pokemon character as the last character.
Yeah.
Like, my hype would slowly die. I'm a little hopeful for the fact that at this point, like, announcing a Pokemon character so long after the game and the DLC that it won't feel as promotional. So that's my hope, is that it means they're not going to do it. But I'll say I'm hoping there's no first parties, only because the first parties I want, I feel like are ones they're not going to do. Like, I would like Bandana D, or like... I'd like Bandana D or like Crystal, but I don't see either of those two coming. Or Dixie Kong, even.
Pretty much all the characters I want, you know, are you know, too obscure. Be they first party or third party. They're not going to add Ray Mark III. They're not going to add... you know, the Nintendo Badge Arcade Bunny. They're not going to add Agumon. They're not going to add Jason and Sophia the Third from Blaster Master. It'd be surprising if they did, but I think my only prediction in terms of Smash Bros. That I jotted down is I hope that Fighters Pass 2 is the end for Smash Ultimate DLC. I feel like it's time for that game to, you know, to be done. Yeah.
See, I'm kind of in the middle on it, where if this isn't the last Fighter Pass, I hope they at least take like a year break or something, or just focus on much smaller things so that Sakurai can actually like go to bed for once.
Absolutely. It's Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers has gotten so big. Like, it's big enough. It doesn't need any more. It's getting 3 more, and I'm excited to see what they are, but please, Smash Brothers, take a rest. Sakurai, take a rest. And when you come back, you know, make another Kid Icarus or something. You know, take a creative break, man.
That's on my dream predictions too, is Kid Icarus, a new one.
That'd be swell.
Like Sakurai's yeah, I think he's way too busy for it, but I feel like my only worry with that is I don't know what they would do for it, because I mean, they already, unless they just have Hades and all the other guys come back.
Oh, there's a world of things you could do with it. You know, I could fill up a whole video about potential directions Kid Icarus could go, but, you know, we'll save that for another time.
Yeah. I'll say there's your next video. I'll say the reason I'm kind of on the fence about them stopping here is, while I definitely think they should at least take like a nice long break, I also feel like rather than doing a new Smash Bros in the future, they should just kind of continually update this one, because there's no topping this Smash Bros at this point. Like, whatever next Smash Bros would come, I feel like it can't live up to what this one is.
Yeah, that's another video idea that I have in my brain, where like Smash Brothers, the next entry, should focus more on its roots, its past. Holy cow, this thunderstorm! I live in California. Why is it raining so hard?
If it makes you feel any better, I don't hear any of it.
Oh, really? Okay, well, that's probably just because I'm wearing Bluetooth headphones. My microphone almost definitely hears it, but I digress.
Okay, well, I hope my nice sunny day doesn't bother you at all. I hope you don't hear the sunshine. So this one's more of a, I'll say more of a hopeful, and I'll say if it does happen, I only expect to see a teaser. But I'll say it'd be nice to see a teaser for the next big Mario game.
That'd be nice.
I don't know if it would be the next, I don't know if it'd be a Mario Odyssey 2. I wouldn't be against an Odyssey 2 or Galaxy 3 or whatever they want to do. But I think we'll get at least one more big Mario title on the Switch.
I think we'll get, probably several before the Switch is done. But yeah, as for next year, I don't know if we're going to get the next mainline Mario game as of just yet. But yeah, I feel like in terms of 3D, in terms of 2D, we'll definitely be seeing more Mario stuff before the Switch is done.
Yeah, and that's why I say a teaser. I expect at most a teaser for the next one. My only worry with that is that I feel like they might want to be super Zelda-centric, and so they might not want to reveal it just yet. They might want to focus only on Zelda. But then again, at the same time, we got Odyssey and Breath of the Wild in the same year, so who knows what they do.
Anything's possible, I suppose. Speaking of Mario, I have a prediction. I think that Illumination's Mario movie will be revealed, and it will look worrying. It's the word I use.
I think I have decent hopes for the Mario movie. I think Illumination can make okay movies. It's when they get into sequel territory that they start to go crazy. I just hope they don't try to throw in some kind of annoying mascot. At most, I hope they at least try to make Toad the annoying mascot, because I can get behind that.
It'd probably be Goombas. Because they're very similar to Minions in the sense that they're like naughty, mischievous, simple shapes.
Yeah, I could see that. Which I'll admit I'll be more lenient towards Goombas than Minions. But yeah, I think I'm on the same boat as everyone else, where I think they just kind of go overboard with it. But like I like the first Despicable Me. I think they can make okay, funny movies. Like I don't expect it to be the best Mario movie, but at the same time, I think in terms of video game movies, I think it'll be above average.
Perhaps. We can only hope.
I mean, it's a pretty low bar to pass, but
yeah, essentially. All right, I've got one last realistic prediction.
All right, let's hear it.
One last realistic prediction, then I've got a pretty good sizable amounts of hopes after it. But my last realistic prediction is we will get a digital-only model Switch at a budget price. No sign of a Switch Pro. Like nothing that's a substantial upgrade from the Switch we have, but rather a Switch that just can't play cartridges that is cheaper.
I could see that. Mine was kind of, I'm not too sure. I guess you could kind of count it as a Switch Pro on mine. I wrote down the opposite of a Switch Lite, which is a console-only Switch, which is, you can't do handheld, but as a result, it has more power to it.
Yeah, that's what people would, probably want out of an upgraded Switch model. But, I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I've never been a huge specs or like frame rate person, so I'm fine with just the normal Switch. Whatever they want to do, I don't think it's gonna really bother me either way.
Yeah, I'm sort of the same. As long as the game they make is optimized for the platform it's on, then you should be all good.
No, like I had a friend chewing me out the other day because we were talking about getting the new Lego Star Wars, and he's getting it for Xbox, and I'm gonna get it for Switch, and he was getting on me about it, and I'm like, I don't care about a Lego Star Wars game looking that great. I just want it to be handheld. Like if I can have a game be handheld, I'm gonna choose that version 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, that's the beauty of the Switch, baby. All right. What have you got?
I only have 3 more things written down for my dream predictions, so I think I'll let you steamroll through a few more of yours.
Okay, well, let's see. How many have I got just before let me see. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so yeah. I suppose I'll just put out a couple here. Some very similar ones I'll lump together. I want more obscure game sequels. I know that you're the Mario man, and that, you know, and for a good reason. Mario is a great series, Zelda's a great series, Pokemon is very beloved, but I miss Custom Robo, I miss F-Zero, I want ARMS to thrive. You know, there are so many other games that Nintendo holds the license to that surely some teams there have great ideas for, that they want to continue, that they want to do. I want some of Nintendo's lesser-known guys to get a chance in the spotlight.
No, it's actually what I like about making these videos with you is I know you're going to be the smaller game guy while I'll be the bigger game guy. But I'll say I really want a new F-Zero. I think Captain Falcon's crazy popular in the Nintendo community. And if there was ever a system to start doing the smaller titles on, it's the Switch. Like, Nintendo
Absolutely.
needs to do it while they have this huge, like, behemoth of a system.
Yeah. I put just Custom Robo as one of my dream hopes, so that lumps in there. Anything Custom Robo. Literally anything. I also said non-Mario Kart racing game, in parentheses, please, 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 F-Zero.
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, I'm hopeful for an F-Zero. I think that it's different enough to where it can thrive on its own and not really clash with Mario Kart too bad. But I do have, on my dream predictions list, I do have that Nintendo Kart, which I made a video about it, how I want Mario Kart 9 to basically be a Nintendo Kart. I don't expect to get a Mario Kart 9, which is why it's on my dream predictions. I think they're banking too much on 8 right now. I don't even know if we'd get a new Mario Kart this system. And even if we did, I'm not too hopeful on it. I think, if anything, they'll just do Mario Kart 8 again, where it's just, they'll throw a handful of Nintendo characters and courses in there. But I'm real hopeful that they just do a full-on Nintendo Kart. I'll leave a little link to my video talking more about that in the end card.
Yeah, check it out.
Alright, so what else you got?
More partnerships / collaborations. I feel like there are a lot of great smaller studios that, you know, make some really good games that if they had the opportunity to work with a Nintendo IP, any Nintendo IP at all, they could make something really fun. Be it for a budget price or, like, you know, a AAA game. I feel like, you know, there are plenty of teams out there that, be they American, Japanese, whatever, if they pitch Nintendo a solid enough, like what, Star Fox, Ice Climber, whatever, Nintendo, give it the green light, give it a chance. You know, it's more games for you, more stuff under your publishing name. I don't know how easy it is or how logistically sound, but they made Cadence of Hyrule, so there's hope.
I'll say, you mentioned Star Fox. Please, God, somebody take Star Fox away from Miyamoto. He's done with it. I heard, I think my fiance told me about this, so I haven't, like, read it or anything, but I heard something about Miyamoto saying that he's getting to the point where he feels like he's comfortable enough with the new people coming in, and he thinks he'll feel okay leaving everything to them. And I'm like, please, please leave it to them. Like, I love you, Miyamoto, but I think it's about your time.
Yeah, Miyamoto for a couple years now has been in an advisory sort of role. He's an executive producer. He's got a lot of... His word carries a lot in the Nintendo scene, obviously, because he designed Mario and Zelda and Donkey Kong and Pikmin, but yeah, whenever Star Fox comes back, I feel like whatever direction it takes, whoever's in charge, it won't be Miyamoto. And I feel like at this point, Miyamoto is probably jaded to the point where he, like, wouldn't mind seeing Star Fox do something more creative. I mean, he didn't mind Star Fox Assault in the day, so, you know.
Yeah, I hope so, because, like, I feel like Miyamoto's just... He's too old school, where he's too afraid for things to change or be a little bit different. And he just wants to keep all the games and series, like, mostly the same, like with Paper Mario, how we can't have new characters anymore.
Yeah, I understand that his desire is cohesion. Like, you know, it's like what Disney does with their characters. You know, Mickey Mouse and his friends don't often do crazy, wild things. They don't often have stakes. They don't often have lasting consequences, because that's just the kind of characters they are. But I think that for a series like Star Fox, that's regressive. Like, the Star Fox series stagnates if it's not allowed to do anything new.
Yeah, and like I get that for like the mainline Marios, but obviously like the Paper Mario series, that's kind of what it's always been. Has been these like high stakes, much darker themes, and so
right.
I'm sad that he's trying to take that away and bring it into like the mainline Mario territory. Which I agree, mainline Mario games should always be simple. They shouldn't have a crazy plot or dialogue or anything. But let like the side games and then the other series like Star Fox do a little bit more.
Sure. Okay.
Oh, I forgot about one thing I had on here.
Oh, please go ahead.
This is super hopeful. I don't think it's happening, especially since we just got Pikmin 3, but Pikmin 4. Like a teaser or something for it.
Pikmin 4 is now in development.
Yeah, just something like that. Like, even if they did it in like December 2021, just show me something for it.
That'd be very nice.
I'm hoping Pikmin 3 is like them testing the waters to see if people still want it.
I don't think... I've said it before. I made a whole video about it. I had a little character who's like, Bizarlo. I'm the opposite of Arlo. I made a whole joke out of it. But
I've seen that. I remember that.
Yeah. Pikmin, as a series, is in no danger of going away. It is... it's just... the kind of game that it is, it takes a lot of time and a lot of, like, constant, fresh ideas and a lot of, like, fine-tuning, smaller details. Everything from the textures, the music, everything in that game is so intricate. In those games, I should say, are so intricate. So it's just that it takes a long time to get a Pikmin project in a playable state. And obviously, they move consoles a lot, so it's a whole thing. If we got some like, thumbs up, some official say from Nintendo, hey, we're working on Pikmin 4, that would be nice, but I still believe Miyamoto when he said in, like, 2015 or whatever it was, that they were working on Pikmin 4. I think they are. It's just gonna take a long time.
Oh, yeah. Now that you say I do remember him mentioning that. Which I'm fine with. You know what? As long as... I'm more than fine with game companies taking their sweet-ass time on games, as long as the game comes out and it's not garbage.
Yes, and Pikmin 3 is far from garbage. I love that game.
Yeah, I haven't touched it, but I'm glad to hear it's good. So, speaking of third games, my next dream prediction, this one's probably my most far out there one, is that Nintendo and Rare or Microsoft or whoever will come together and make a proper Banjo 3.
I wish. And I'll say this too. I want Banjo 3. I do not want Banjo Kazooie and Tooie remakes. I have had it up to here with remakes, man. Up to the very tip of my ping pong eyeballs. They hardly ever improve significantly on the original games. Like, it's nice that we have Spyro and Crash on modern platforms, but the original games are better. Same with all the Pokemon remakes. Same with all the, the best a remake can do is be the game that you love with, tiny improvements here and there that they maybe couldn't have done back in the day. Which you could do just with a re-release. You don't have to pour so many resources into remaking games, man. I didn't mean for this to become a rant, but yeah. Banjo 3, not remakes. That'd be swell.
And I'll say that, like, I think obviously Banjo 3 would be a game that would largely appeal to nostalgic people. And for a nostalgic person like me, I almost always prefer, like, N64 polygons over the nice-looking stuff anyway. Like, with Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, we have the remakes that look nicer. I still play the original versions over them.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I love those polygons and muddy textures so much more. That's why, like, when 3D All-Stars came out for Mario, I was fine with them not remaking Mario 64. I didn't expect them to do it. I thought if they were gonna completely remake Mario 64, there's no way they would include it in a bundle. Like, that was gonna be a full $60 game on its own. Alright, so my final little dream prediction. I think this is a game that has more of a cult following than anything. I want Kirby Air Ride 2.
Ooh, yeah. I'm all for that. Like, a non-Mario Kart racing game. I'm all for that.
I want Kirby Air Ride 2, and I want it to have the city trial again, which obviously that's what 90% of the people playing that game did. But yeah. I would love to see just like either multiple maps or just a much bigger map to explore. Maybe even just make it more players, and I would say let you play as like Bandana D and Meta Knight and King Dedede, but because in the original Kirby Air Ride, if you played as a Meta Knight or King Dedede, you could only ride one little air ride. You couldn't get off and like ride on other ones. I'd say get rid of that. Let all the characters ride any of the air rides, and that would be. I'll probably, maybe someday I'll make a video really going over all this because I could talk for hours about Kirby Air Ride. But yeah, Kirby Air Ride sequel, which that kind of goes in line with. I would love to see Nintendo just start doing more of the little side spin-off games, and they don't need to focus so much on big mainline titles.
Yeah, and get like smaller studios to work with them on that. Like you don't have to divvy up them sweet Mario resources on this stuff. Just you're the richest company in Japan. Hire some good people. Hire some good teams.
Oh, I should have thought about earlier how much I would love if I don't know what Monolith Soft is doing. They're probably making another Xenoblade or something. But if they gave them the rights to Pokemon Coliseum, like, my mind would explode. That would be so damn good.
They're actually, I think I saw they released some concept art or something. They're working on a medieval fantasy game. It's in like the conceptual stage, so we're not going to see it for a really long time. But they've got their own projects going on. So, that's good.
Okay, well, whenever they're done with that, get on Pokemon Coliseum 3.
Yeah, get on Pokemon Coliseum.
That's all I need. But right, yeah, so what else you got?
Alright, I've got 2 left. Have you got any more?
No, that was my last one.
Alright then. Since we already talked about ARMS a little bit, ARMS 2... Pardon me, my voice, gracious. ARMS 2. I want ARMS 2. I want it next year. I want that, and, I want that. And the last one is a non-Mario 3D platformer, in parentheses, old or new IP. 3D platformers are my jam. I think they're so fun.
See, that could go in line with Banjo 3. If they did a Banjo 3, that knocks that off too.
Yeah, it would. Absolutely, it would. And, and I'd love to see more new IPs just in general from, pretty much everybody. Nintendo, Capcom, Sega, whoever. If you've got a new idea, you don't have to staple it to a legacy IP. It's worked out great for Splatoon. It's really, won my heart with ARMS. Codename Steam, despite its flaws, I thought was a really good game. There are so many avenues you can explore. New IPs, take chances, take risks.
I'll be honest, I only got Codename Steam because they put Marth in it. Because Marth's like, he's one of my all-time favorite characters, so the second I saw that, I was like, oh, well, I'm buying that game.
Whew, okay then. Well, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which, I like that style of game a lot, though. Like, I'm all for them, doing more kind of... That's kind of like an XCOM style game, right? If I remember right.
It's a strategy. It's a turn-based strategy RPG. The thing is, it's got an over-the-shoulder third-person perspective, so that lends it its own unique identity. And yeah, the tiles your resources are based on how many tiles you've moved. It's a fun game. Made a whole video about it. You should watch it, even though it's 27 minutes long. By the way.
But yeah, that's all I got. Are you all good?
I have covered pretty much everything. Closing statement from me, I expect more from Nintendo this year, or 2021 I should say, than what they've had in 2020. I don't expect it to blow my mind, but my major hope, overall encompassing hope with everything I've got, is that there's at least one game that I feel like is Game of the Year. Because this year, Pikmin 3 Deluxe was fun, Mario All-Stars was fun. There's a lot of great games they've released, but there is nothing at all that came out this year that made me say, aside from Crash 4, but that wasn't Nintendo. But there wasn't really any game this year that made me say, this is what I'm playing that came out this year,
Yeah, I was hopeful for Animal Crossing in the beginning, but I mean, just a few weeks in, and I haven't touched the game really since.
Yeah, there's no arguing that Nintendo didn't release that kind of game for millions of people in Animal Crossing's case. But for my tastes, for my sensibilities, the guy who likes story, character design, characterization, fighting games, arena fighters, all that 3D platformers, something for me, pretty please.
Yeah, which I'm a huge Zelda nerd, so a Zelda year would be great for me. I'll play Skyward Sword HD. I'll definitely play Breath of the Wild 2, but like I said, I don't expect that till next year. My little conclusion overall is I think this is going to be a largely Zelda-focused year, with it being the 35th anniversary. I could see us getting big Zelda titles coming, and I could see maybe a couple other little mainline games, but I see a good assortment of kind of more side and spin-off games coming.
Mm-hmm.
And remakes and ports. I'm sure they're coming. Whether we want them or not, I'm sure they're coming.
Yep, even when it's not a Zelda year, that's a pretty safe bet. And this is a Zelda year, so let's, if it's gotta come, let it come all at once. That's what I say.
Yeah, exactly. And then we can focus on whatever else for 2022.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, well, this has been fun. If you are watching this on my channel, click the little link in the description. Go subscribe to Palamation.
And if you're watching on mine, go watch Talking Sock. Chances are, if you like one of us, you'll like both of us. We're both just video game nerds who like to make little animations, whether they're drawn or puppets.
Thank you all so much for sticking around. For those of you who have your predictions, let's see them in the comments. Like this video, and we'll see you next time I see you.
It's been real. It's been fun. It's been real fun. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.